Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
In the sense that it became, I'm the text services here, or the by the President Mahama cut his sword. I'm the 2 days before.
2nd December 2016.
No, I think it was 5th December.
It was 5th?
Yes, 5th December 2016 for the phase 2 of the Kumasi International Airport.
That was 2 days to the elections.
Yes. Mahama checks indicate that particular sword cutting was needless. It had no real foundation, because it's true, parliamentary approval for that particular loan facility had been effected, but there were conditions precedent without that the agreements will not come into force. Kwame, it beneath value for money audit, it beneath the one signing the loan agreement and sana we proceed with the construction. At the time now, Okokate Sordono, the agreements had not been signed, the financing agreements. Indeed, these things were done 2018. Ikaya there, President Akufo-Addo Sukokate Soda for the same project, exactly. Phase 2. In Taiwan, you had a ridiculous situation where two presidents had cut swords for the same project at different times. You must ask yourself why and how, into which one is sustainable. My own checks and documentation, my assess point to the fact that the first sword cutting was for purely electoral purposes.
Really?
Oh yes, it was completely baseless. There was no basis for it, no foundation for it. But he did cut the sword on 5th December 2016. 2018, the financing agreements were signed. 2018, early days, now we value for money audit.
So are you saying the sword was cut for something that wasn't ready?
Yes, exactly. It was totally unnecessary, but it was done for, as I said, electoral purposes. That's one.
Okay, I just got a confirmation from Samson Kwame Nyamicha of Hello FM. He says, yes, it's true. It was on the 5th of December. I covered that program. He inspected the KJTR Central Market project before proceeding to the airport. So quickly, you are right on that point.
Okay, thank you, Medanasi.
Yeah.
Kwame, that is one. Tama motorway runabout project. And also obey flashpoint of controversy recently. And also President Mahama cut his sword somewhere in November 2016. Or cut sword Namdo indicated the World Bank loan been whatever a project at that time. Kwame, at the time no cut sword there was nothing on the ground in terms of budget or loan agreement or anything. Indeed, at the end of the day, the truth is that none were appealed to the Japanese
government.
Yes, 2013 for grant assistance to undertake that project. Japanese for 2015 now was sending from the way agency JICA was started the way feasibility study, survey and all those things between 2015 and 2016. We completed that exercise I think February 2017. Now what they report by.
But the sword had been cut.
Yes, we cut the sword November 2016. I haven't said it was Sakawa sword cutting. I haven't said that.
But I'm just drawing your attention to
yes. Into mobile there 2017 somewhere March na yes signing the grant assistance facility. You mark it 2017.
I see.
March na yes signing the facility na you sika because the Japanese could not tell how much President Mahama Nkasa was much specific figure when he appealed for the assistance, which I think was in order. 2, or there any feasibility studies in all those surveys in Yamano. Now I approve the one that you have chosen. What kind of interchange or runabout pay and sana what the figure put on. You couldn't put figure on nothing. And it was when I will be Ghana what they bring final report. Now you choose see which of the options, and I have the full Japanese war report showing Nyama way between 2015 to 2016 and 2017. Now you determine okay, this is the option we want. Now,
so when we cut the sword, what are we cutting it for?
Again, electoral advantage, because the optics, there's an element of optical illusion. But don't forget, so Baumia Kokate saw the bill somewhere 2018. Let me check the exact date, either July or February, one of them. But this is a situation where you had a sitting president cutting the sword some time ago, and now a sitting vice president going to cut sword for the same project. So it's just like the Kumasi one. You go 2 sword cuttings on Okodo. And here we are. But Baumiani sword cutting was more meaningful. Because we feasibility studies were the final report about you choose which option of the interchange we wanted. Nesikano so was sign agreement. I have not excluded Mahama's administration from this particular project. They played a role. First, he requested for assistance 2013. 2015, the Japanese people come in here to begin the feasibility study, survey, and all sorts of things. And was a very complicated thing. Was submitted internal reports in 2016, so and so. In time, many one of those who exclude the contribution or that contribution of his administration from this project. It did contribute to it. His administration did contribute to it. But here we are focusing on the sword cutting and its significance within context in terms of the construction. Into a situation where Vice President Baumia Sokokati sword, his I say was more meaningful and sustainable within context of the history of that construction. It's as simple as that. Now, there's another one. May he rest in peace. The blessed memory of President Mills. First green book now. I am confused with there were 3 green books. Our first green book, Kwame.
Oh, really?
Better Ghana. Yeah, you should know. You know better. You should know better, Kwame. Better Ghana agenda. Top 50 achievements of the Professor John Evans Atta Mills led government in his first 2 years in office. Me assure they that.
That was the very first one.
The very first one. Kwame, Eco Health, page 21.
But no.
Health, paragraph 44. My main sword cutting for the construction of additional 500 bed facility at the 37 military hospital to enhance status as National Emergency Health Center. Now, this never took off. But it's a top 50 achievement.
It never took off?
No, Eurojet project now. Sisi awada ko Kumasi no. Or Wafari wo Kumasi. Then the Sichame capture the one of the factors who delay the construction, they will change this particular thing by 5 times. Site location. In terms of location. With the Baakra, Kufuor's vision, because Eurojet began from the Kufuor era in terms of parliamentary and cabinet approvals. One would determine that what the Boko Kumasi, the military hospital, no one Kuriko Kumasi, and so why the regional hospitals who were Kumasi, Asante Wana. Now, NDC Fuba Power, 2009, they decided to move it from Kumasi to Accra.
Yeah.
And the location they chose was the same 37 military hospital place. Kwame, stated here in their top 50 achievement that the sword cutting was a top 50 achievement.
Sword cutting?
Yes. Do you get the point I'm making?
I do.
Sword cutting. Please, Minkando Esakawa. because I will not do anything to cause any injury to the blessed memory of the great man, President Mills, who was a senior friend of mine, an elder friend of mine. But again, this is documented. Politics, we are taking away emotions and sentiments. Madam, over politics, I was a sentiments on your substitute for science. And in terms of the science, here shortcutting has been highlighted as one of the top 50 achievements. Yes, and I haven't said the Sakawa shortcutting.
Tongue in cheek.
Let's ignore shortcutting for the STS, the police.
Oh, the STS house in you.
We fra Chawakati sword.
Mekay.
On your Sakawa.
Mekay.
Please, on your Sakawa. So, contest. Now,
This FM 104.3. Good to meet